Garage. Welcome back to Perkins Garage, guys. We are in the shop again today with the old 53 or 54, one of the two. I'll have to double check on that. Not much on these older trucks. Yesterday I did a little bit of work inside the cab, got the windshield wipers put on and got the motor for it wired up, got the new shifter put in, a couple little odd and end things. I forgot my camera, so I videoed it with my iPhone and it didn't go so well, so we might be ditching all that footage and starting over again today. But we went from this size shifter to the taller shifter, what the customer wanted. Put a glove box in. I believe this came from LMC, but that glove box there, which is actually really nice, fits really good. And then up in behind the dash, we had to, I don't know if you can see that wiper motor right there, and those that bar going horizontal, that one goes to the passenger wiper arm, and it was not shaped right to where it would work with that wiper motor. It is not the original wiper motor, and now we got them to wipers to work, and I know they're not going the same way, which is kind of weird, but the way the wiper motor is mounted, its location, and they're not both going to turn the same way at the same time. So that the wiper motor was already installed, somebody put it in, and the customer just wanted me to get the wipers to work. So wipers are working, and I got it set up to where it's out of the way there when you're driving the truck. And somebody might correct me, but they might have been this way originally. I don't know. I've never seen one of these trucks and tried the wipers on them, but correct me if I'm wrong. But are they originally both down, or are they like this? I don't know. Anyways, I went ahead and took the shocks off of it on the one side, because I took them up to the parts store and had them order me some new ones. So I'm waiting for those to come in. This truck, like I said before, I believe is on a 79 Chevrolet 3/4 ton frame. It's 4-wheel drive, and so I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but it's kind of hard trying to figure out parts and everything. And it is lifted too as well, so the shocks had to be the longer length shocks, so we got a special order them. But anyways, we're gonna get that done when they come in. Today I'm not gonna do too much. I'm going to be relocating the transmission cooler, which is kind of zip tied and cobbled in here right now. I'm going to be mounting it to the radiator, and with some little zip ties, and maybe a couple other little small things today. But anyways, here we go. Sorry for the messed up footage yesterday. Try to do a little better today, and some of that might be in here and some of it might not be. But here's some of our parts here. Anyways, let's get to it. All right, guys, we got that transmission cooler mounted upright now instead of just halfway in there. As you can see it back up in there, and just with the little radiator zip ties, as I call them. I'm sure they have a better name. Now we're gonna move on to this door right here. You can see kind of wore out a little bit. Now this little piece right here is wore out with a little groove as well. It's not gonna focus real well, but that little piece right there, when you turn this handle, it just goes up and down. That is what holds it on the back of the door, and as you can see, maybe it's just really wore out right there. It'll shut, but you really got to push it. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. So, and it's kind of wore out right there. I'm gonna try to weld a new little groove, or I'm gonna try to weld that where it's wore out right there. I'm gonna try to weld that back on there. There we go. Try to weld that back and then grind it back down to where it used to be. And I might as well hit this right here as well and do the same thing there. So we're gonna try to get going on that, see if we can get this door fixed. Alright guys, got the door shutting. As good as it's gonna get to me. It's gonna get much better. I just welded this up a little bit, ground it down and filed it a little bit too. Then the main part, you see when that door closes, that roller right there rocks down. Okay, and then that kicks back. So that piece right there is what holds the door closed right there. So what I did was I welded a little bit more on top of here where it was all grooved up from years of opening and closing. Then I welded a little bit on the back here. And then I filed that edge to where it's square here to here. And then welded this right here was wore out to where it was too short. So I added on to it, made it longer. And now she closes like she's supposed to. So there's that project done. Next, not sure what I'm gonna do, either the carpet or these window sills, door stuff. But anyways, that part is done. On the next one. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Perkins Garage. We are working on an old truck. Let's see. I've been kind of under the weather. Haven't been working on it here much lately. Got some new parts in. This new, still got to bolt it down, but this new whole mechanism for the door handle. Got that to put on. I've got some new shocks over here. Some Ranchos. We're going to get that done today. That's a muffler off my buddy's truck, blew it right out. Good old slant 6 Dodge. But anyways, gonna put them shocks on today, and I've already got 2 of them off, and then I gotta pull the other 2 and then put them all on. I'm gonna try to button up some stuff in the interior, a few little odd ends, and yeah, still trucking along on this thing, so we'll see what we can get done. Alright, trying to get this thing on here. Kind of a little bit of a pain. You can get these 2 bolts in, but then you can't get this last one. Can't really get to it. Go get a wrench real quick. All right. Let's see, get in there. Maybe? Are you going? Hope you're going. Oh yeah. Try to orient this thing like it was. Pulled it out. So here's a little trick. You might see all this paint right here to make sure that I got it back the way it was when it was in, because it's got adjustments left and right. So you can see I took some spray paint on the old one before I took it out and painted it to where it left a pattern to where I know exactly where this one goes back. Tighten this top one. My handle hadn't made it in yet. I ordered a new door handle. It's not here. It's coming from California. So who knows when it'll be here. Takes them fellas a little bit longer to get their stuff together. Clean all right in the head. Anyway, not all of them, but a lot of them. All right. Well, we're going to use a window crank for now. There we go. Alright, so we're done in behind the door. Now are in the door panel. So as you can see, these little push tabs, they were old and every one of them broke, even with a clip tool. Not every one of them, a lot of them. And they were put on. Somebody made this door panel and they put the push pins in and then covered it. As you can see there. You can't see them from this side. So somebody at some point had this door panel off and they riveted back on. So I had to drill the rivets out. So we're gonna push the push pins in it that we can get in it, and then we're just gonna rivet it back on just like they did. In a perfect world, we would take this all apart, all these staples out of here, and redo this. But I'm afraid this material isn't in the best shape, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna cause more damage than doing good. So that's what we're gonna do. The customer, he's okay with it. He knows what's going on. But and it was like this before, so that's what we're gonna do. And the other side, as you can see, I'll show you what it did look like. it was just like this. So there's just little rivets on there. So we're just gonna do that again and be good to go. All right guys, well I changed my mind on the rivets. I'm actually gonna use screws. That way, if this ever has to come off again, it'll be easier. Got thinking about it and I'm like, that just don't make any sense to put rivets in it and then take it off again. You got to do it all over again. So it'll just be screwed on now. And if we ever need to get this door panel off, just take the screws out and pop it off. Alright, we're about to put the sound deadening mat down, insulation mat, and then putting the rubber floor in. So I've already got it cut around the four-wheel drive shifter and the transmission shifter, and now I just got to get it all cut up around the gas pedal and get it all to fit in here, and then we'll be getting the rubber in. Alright guys, got the vinyl rubber floor in with the insulation pad. All that is done. You can see it tucked nicely up underneath the four-wheel drive shifter. Everything, the light switch is down there, everything. All we lack is a little piece of trim to go right here. I had to pick that up at the parts store. Got the window rubber, vent window rubber in, as it fit nicely. Got the door trim back on both sides, or a window trim. Glued in the track for the window, the rubber trim there. Got the door panel put back on over there. I'm just waiting on the door handle that looks like that. So interior is almost done. I don't want to put this back on there yet because I still have to do the speedometer cable and mess with the battery gauge. So in case I need to access behind there, I'm not going to put that in. I'm waiting on the parts for the speedometer cable to get here. But anyways, other than that, I am not going to be working on the shocks on this episode. I've got some other things I got to get done today. But anyways, that's where we're at here so far. And we'll see what else we can get done later on. But anyways, there we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching another episode of Perkins Garage. See you next time.